All right, good day to everyone, and welcome to the subject of MAPEH. And for today, we're going to discuss now the last topic on the physical education for the second quarter. And for this day, we're going to focus on the physical activity, exercises, and eating habits. So let's start. So the target objectives or topic is to recognize and perform the different physical activity assessment, exercise, and eating habits, and promote physical fitness by engaging in the moderate to vigorous physical activities for at least 60 minutes a day in and out of the school. So here's we're going to be ready. So wear appropriate attire such as rubber shoes, socks, t-shirt, shorts, and jogging pants. Warm up first before performing the different fitness tests and physical activities. Follow the body system in performing fitness activities. So the body system is a partnership between the person doing the test and the person administering the test. Check the availability and accessibility of the equipment to be used for the fitness test. Make sure that the facility is safe for the administration of the test. So let's have first the warm-up activities. So an effective warm-up exercise should, of course, its effects, it increase blood flow to the muscles. It increase muscle elasticity. It gently raise heart rate, increase mental awareness or health alertness, and increase core body temperature. So we have here sample of warm-up and stretching exercises which we can do on your home or in your work. So number one is we have here the neck stretch. By looking at the picture, all you have to do is to bend your hand forward and slightly to the right. With your right hand, gently pull your head downward to stretch your neck and hold for about 16 counts, which is repeat on the opposite side. So after you're done on the left, you're going to do it on the right side. Next is we have here the shoulder rolls. Stand in an upright position. You need to roll your shoulders in a circular motion forward or backward. Next stretch is we have here the side arm stretch. Stand in an upright position. Extend the right arm to the left. Use the left arm hand to gently push the right arm towards the body to straighten and stretch it. Hold the stretch for 16 counts and repeat it on the left arm. So I know that some of you already doing this kind of warm-up exercise. Let's move on. Another exercise for warm-up is we have here the tricep stretch. Extend one hand down the center of your back, fingers pointing downward. Use the other hand to grasp the elbow and stretch your triceps muscle. Hold the stretch for about 16 counts and repeat it on the opposite arm. Next is we have here the hamstring stretch. You need to stand with your feet shoulder wide apart, one foot extended half a step forward, keeping the front leg straight, bend your rear leg, resting both hands on the bent thigh, and you need to stretch the hamstring muscles. Hold the stretch for about 16 counts and repeat on the opposite leg. Let's continue. Quadricep stretch. Stand near a wall or a piece of sturdy exercise equipment for support. Grasp your ankle and gently pull your heel up and back until you feel a stretch in front of your thigh. Hold for about 16 counts. Switch legs and repeat. Next is we have here the outer thigh stretch. You need to sit on the floor. Extend your legs in the front of your body. Bend your right knee, cross the right foot over the leg knee, and place on the floor. Place your left elbow on the right knee. Keep your abdominal muscle tight and back straight. Keep your shoulders back and chin up. So place your right arm behind your right hip on floor for support. Gently twist waist and shoulders to the right, looking behind the right shoulder. Feel the stretch in the right outer thigh. You need to inhale or breathe in through your nose. That is the proper breathing. And exhale on, or what we call the breathe out through your mouth as you complete this stretch. Hold this stretch for about 16 counts. Repeat on the opposite side to stretch your left outer thigh. So that is the figure of the outer thigh stretch. Next is we have here the inner thigh stretch. Stand upright with both feet facing forward, double shoulder wide apart. Place your hands on your hips to record your back straight. Slowly exhale, taking your body weight across at one side. Avoid leaning forward or taking the knee of the bent leg over your toes. As you increase the stretch, the foot of the bent leg should point slightly outward. Repeat on the opposite side. Next is we have here the calf stretch. Begins this calf stretch with your hands against the wall and your leg to be stretched behind you. Keep your heel down, knee straight, and feet pointing forwards. Gently lunge forwards until you feel a stretch in the back of your hip or knee. Hold for 16 counts and repeat the with other leg. Next is we have the knee bends or squat. Plant your feet flat on the ground about shoulder width apart. Point your feet slightly outward, not straight ahead. Look straight ahead. Bend your knees as if you were going to sit back in a chair, keeping your heels on the floor. Never let your knees extend beyond your toes. Pull in your abdominal muscles and keep your lower back in a near neutral position, or slightly arched back might be unavoidable. In a controlled manner, slowly lower yourself down so that your upper legs are nearly parallel with the floor. Extend your arms for balance. That is for the warm-up exercise and stretch. Next, let's have now the other kinds of other warm-up exercise. So number one is we have here the hip circle. You need to do a circle motion on your hips. Next is march on the spot. Just like on the name it's given, you need to march on your position, on your location, on your spot to be exact. Next is to knee lifts. You need to lift your knees, left and right. Next, we have here the waist turns, jog in place. Breathing exercise. Again, in breathing, you need to use your nose, and breathe out, you need to exhale it on your mouth. Next, we have here the lower back stretch. The main focus is to stretch your lower back. Next is we have here the alternate cross kicks front. Another, march feet apart. And same with the alternate toe touch slide. You need to lie down on the floor and you need to touch the end part of your feet. Next is we have here the jumping jacks. Alternate reach up, which you need to extend your arm, and shin stretch, which focuses on your lower leg, or to be exact, your feet. Being physically active can help you achieve a healthy weight and prevent excessive weight gain. However, physical activities is also important to all other aspects of your health. So benefits include sleeping better at night, decrease your chances of becoming depressed, and helping you look good. When you are not physically active, you are more likely to have health problems, including heart diseases, type 2 diabetes, and high blood pressure. So here's the purpose of having a good dose of exercise. You should increase the dose or amount of your physical activity or exercise to see the changes in your fitness level. This is the overload principle, which is guided by the FITT principle, which we have discussed during your first quarter, that is composed of the following. Just a quick review. When we say FITT, it refers on the frequency, intensity, time, and type. Again, when you say frequency, it refers to how often you involve yourself in regular physical activity or exercise. How many times in a week? Next, intensity. It refers to how hard you should exercise or the level of difficulty of your physical activity. So it refers on the level of difficulty. Is it on the medium part? Is it too much difficult? Is it on the average type? Next is consider the time. So when we say time, it refers to how long you should engage in specific physical activity. It refers on how many minutes you do a certain exercise in a given time. Next is we have the type. It refers to the kind of exercise or physical activity you should engage in. So when we say type, it refers on what kind of exercise. Is it for strength exercise? Is it for flexibility? Is it for cardiovascular endurance type? So you need to identify what type of exercise you need to become physically fit. So performing the following exercises, you may use music to be more energetic. It adds uh, energy as you do your exercise. It vibrates you and encourages you to perform much better. So I've here the different stretch and flexible exercise. Exercise number one. So again, we have here the neck stretch, just like on the warm-up exercise. Number two is we have here the arm circles. You need to do a circular motion in performing this kind of exercise. Next up is we have here the side stretch. Another exercise is the body rotation. And same with the chest stretch. Exercise number 6 is we have here the shoulder hypertension stretch. Next, exercise number 7 is we have here the quad stretch. And lastly is we have here the heel cord stretch, wherein same with the calf stretch, you need to push yourself on the wall and to extend your other part of your leg. Next, strength training without using any weights. Example of this is we have here the push-up. The decline push-up, you need a table or a chair or a elevated object that you can use in order for you to have a decline push-up. Next is we have here the knee push-up. From its word, you are going to do a push-up by forcing yourself your energy on your knee. Next, build your lower strength. So here are the different exercises in building your lower strength. Number one is we have here the walking lunge. You need to alternate lunge, left and right knee. Then you need to go up, then do again the certain activity. The side lunge, you need to extend your left or right leg. Next is we have here the tricep dip. Next is we're going to do the squat. Same with your prone hold wherein your focuses on your elbows and your toes. And another is for your gluteus is we're going to do the glute lift. So if you want to start a personal exercise routine, always remember the exercise safety guideline. Number one, select exercise that will involve all your major muscle groups such as chest, shoulders, back, legs, arms, hip, and trunk. Number two, select exercise that will strengthen the core. Use controlled movements and start with a light to moderate resistance. Number three, never lift weights alone. Always have someone work out with you in case you need a spotter or help with an injury. When we say spotter, that is the person who helps you to lift other weights. Next is to do Warm up properly. Before performing a light to moderate intensity aerobic activity, which covers to 5 to 7 minutes, and some gentle stretches for a few minutes. Number 5, maintain proper body balance that involves good posture, a stable body position, and correct posture in sitting, lying, and other exercise positions. Breathe naturally. Inhale during the eccentric phase, bringing the weight down, and exhale during the concentric phase or lifting or pushing the weight up. And lastly, at the end of each strength training workout, stretch out for a few minutes to help your muscles return to its normal resting length and to minimize muscle soreness and risk of injury. Of course, you do the warm up exercise, therefore, you're going to do a cool down exercise. So that is the part one of our topic. I hope you learned something. See you on our next topic.